Greetings and welcome back. Tonight, we once again return to the world of darkness with one of their more recent releases. It came out this year, in fact, and it's unlike the last two games we've looked at. This game makes more of an effort to resemble more of the themes and mechanics from the actual tabletop game. So we're about to see how close they get. I have yet to play very much of this. I've played the first 10 minutes just to make sure the game works, and I've heard extremely mixed things. The people who like this game really, really like it. The people who dislike it fucking loathe it. So this, this could be interesting. I hope it's interesting. Right. This game is, like, at the moment, exclusive to the Epic Game Store, so you can only buy it there. It's not on Steam or on GOG, although I do imagine it will eventually come to those platforms at some point. Yes, yes, thank you, Epic Overlay. Kind of a quiet game. I'm going to turn the voices up a little bit. Apply. Everything is maxed out, so this is as good as the game can possibly look. We're going to be playing this with mouse and keyboard because this is primarily a story game with menu selecting. Okay. New game. Boston Court is in turmoil. A code red alert has been issued, which means a major crisis has occurred. Leisha? Let's say Leisha and Caleb are summoned by the prince.
Just get this going. There, ready. We're all set. Now, to begin, tell me, what do you see?
I don't know.
Okay. Try this. Focus on your vision.
Vampire the Masquerade Swansong. We open up with what I assume to be some Malkavian bullshit. The typical I can see the future but don't understand it shtick that is in almost every single fucking game. That lady clearly only bought half a haircut.
Take your stuff. We're getting out of here. We've got a problem.
Call them back.
What's going on?
It's the prince. We must go quickly.
Come on. Damn it. Hurry up.
Calm down. Maybe it has nothing to do with the party.
You know full well I was in charge of it. If anything goes wrong, it's my head on the chopping block. Fuck! Damn it! It took Hazel months to convince the Hartford Chantry to ally themselves with us. So they finally accept, and then bam, a code red. There's never been a code red in Boston, damn it! This has gotta be bad, MM.
Okay, right. Dialogue. In a dialogue, some answers require the use of your skills. Your skill level is compared with that of your opponent. The higher rating wins. You cannot use a skill if its rating is 0. Willpower, 12. Using a skill consumes willpower. If your opponent wins, you will gain few willpower. At the end of the dialogue. Okay. That's a way to try and balance it out. The more dialogue options you win in a row, the harder it becomes. The more you lose in a row, the easier it becomes. To try and keep, to stop you from being completely terrible or completely dominating throughout the game, I guess. That's interesting. So now we have to choose. We have 0 success at this, so let's go for a psychology response.
It's not like you had anything to do with it. I'm sure.
You don't get it. I was in charge of organizing the party.
But security is Jara's problem,
Yeah,
normally.
except Jara is a member of the Primogen. I'm not.
But you're a harpy. The prince will cover you. You know she's always looking for an excuse to take him down a notch.
We'll see.
What do we do next?
When everyone's safe, we move on to phase 2. We clean house.
There's something about the animations in this game that seem off. Like, the character models are nice and detailed, but the way they move and animate is really off-putting in a very strange way. Like, it seems almost unfinished. Alright,
Did you say this is the first code red in Boston?
Ever since the fall of London, protocol is no longer a laughing matter.
Whatever. They've been harping on that for 4 years now. They took away our internet
her hair is
access.
clipping through her
Our
throat.
Smartphones?
It's called risk mitigation, that's all. A code red is an alarm signal that's sent to everyone to say, watch out, we're all in danger. And everyone runs to shelter at the nearest safe house. For us, it's with the prince. It could have been worse.
I'd have preferred worse.
You're not even listening to me.
What do you mean by we clean house?
Getting rid of our archives, our documents, anything that might betray our network and relationships.
What comes after phase 2?
Just pray that it never comes to that.
Come on, tell me.
We run. We leave everything behind, and we go into hiding. As far from here as we can.
There's no way I'm leaving Boston. Everything I have is right here in the city. It took me years to build my clubs. I've worked too hard to give it up now.
You won't have a choice. I know you hate coming here. Are you gonna be alright?
What do you think? I know how to behave, Jay.
Yeah, I know. Just keep your cool and it'll be fine.
This whole intro sequence is all scripted. There's not really much you can do with your dialogue options.
My little darlings, you're here at last. The fear that something horrible had happened to you terrified me.
No call for theatrics, April.
The prince asked to see you as soon as you arrived, Mem. I wouldn't dilly-dally if I were you. As for you, Journey, someone's triggered a code red. If anything has happened over there, I'll hold you personally responsible.
Disciplines. Vampires have supernatural abilities, usually inherited from their clan. Some disciplines can be used in dialogues. As with skills, the higher level wins. Not all disciplines are available to all vampires. Some mortals may possess certain powers, although most have no defense against disciplines. Using a discipline generates hunger. Hunger has a value that cannot be exceeded. This limits a vampire's use of their powers. A vampire at their hunger limit risks losing control, attacking and feeding on their closest mortal. On the closest mortal. Okay. So... Oh, I like how her eyes change to suggest that we're using a power. So, even if we use our abilities, we are not going to win. April is a far more capable vampire. She's can see right through that bullshit. Let's go with this other option to see. Can we not use it? Oh well.
You know, back in the day,
guess we have to use this option.
Nobody could bat an eyelash without you knowing about it. You must know exactly what Jay is being blamed for, don't you?
MM. My dear MM. I adore you. Really, I do. But darling, please. You're way out of your league here. This alliance with the Hartford Chantry is crucial. The prince is on edge. We can't get through to anyone over there.
What does this have to do with Jay?
She was in charge of the whole thing, for goodness sake. Listen, both of you. From now on, I don't want to hear another word out of either of you.
Like I said, this entire introduction sequence is very
Journey.
Scripted.
You're coming with me.
I don't see why.
And as for you, Hazel wants to see you. Right now.
Are her teeth clipping through her bottom lip? It looks like it. Okay. A little bit of control now.
It's gonna be a long night.
You see what I mean about the character models? They're really nice, detailed character models, but
Miss
they
Lewis,
animate in really weird ways, especially during dialogue sequences.
Can I help you? Good evening.
A lot of really interesting haircuts on display here. That guy's dressed like a 12-year-old boy.
Caleb?
Mem Lewis.
She smiles like a toreador.
Letters etched in bold right upon her teeth.
What about that bearded guy who's swallowing his bile?
Dejan Siaka.
A Tremere warlock, then?
Keep him at a healthy distance. With a sideward glance, he could make the blood in your veins boil.
Is court attendance usually this sparse?
Okay.
Under ordinary circumstances, there would be more of us here.
Is it because of the Code Red?
Could be. We should have all been at that party. But a Code Red is a Code Red. No one can leave. I'd hate to be Caius right about now.
Why?
He's second honcho of house security. This promises to be a busy night.
I know what you mean. It's one thing to have been told that the Nosferatu don't age well. It's another thing to see it for yourself.
It's by no fault of their own.
Do you think you'll be able to ask the prince tonight if you can embrace me?
No. Now is no longer the time.
And he is your child?
Mr. Beryl Underwood. He is tortured by a demon. We all have one. The beast that preys upon him is a love of money. If someone held a stake to his heart and cried your money or your unlife, he'd ask you for some time to think it over.
It's his greed, then, that cost him your favor?
Everything about him was disappointment. Never forget that the court is a chessboard. We are monsters, and we sacrifice pawns. If you want to be a major piece, then behave accordingly.
But...
Nothing can happen to you here. We're in the prince's house. She must be finished by now. Wait for me. This won't take long.
It's out of the question, MM! I won't let her get away with this!
All right. Calm down, Dijon.
Where's Journey?
What's it to you?
Don't start with me. She was in charge of the party. She has to take responsibility for this.
Leave her out of it.
It's too late for that. Don't waste your time covering for her. She's not a kid anymore. I haven't heard from my child, and no one's able to get through to them over there.
Go on then. Go and save Imani and stop wasting your breath.
There are rules. Need I remind you? We're all stuck here.
You're such a good boy.
You'll never change.
Dijon!
What? Oh, come on, Hilda, she needs to grow up.
Leave us.
I don't need your help.
Mem, please.
Stop calling me that.
I was worried about you.
You still haven't moved on, have you? You're always getting in my way.
Lower your voice. People are staring.
Not a lot of context for what's going on here. Clearly something fucked up has happened, but they are not telling us what it is. Something to do with a party. Focus allows you to temporarily increase a skill by 1 or 2 levels. The more you increase your focus, the more the willpower cost increases. To be focused, a skill must have a minimum score of 1 point. Disciplines or knowledge cannot be focused. Okay. If the skill or discipline levels are the same, the outcome of the conflict is uncertain. The chance of victory can be influenced by a number of bonuses or penalties, as well as spending the experience points. Okay, so we can't intimidate her. Alright, let's just straight up force our way to success here. Oh well. Your opponent can also focus their own skills. Unlike you, focus only allows them to increase their skill level by 1 level. The risk of opponent focus is represented by a percentage. The more aggressive you are, the more the risk of the opponent focus increases.
Do you know what this Code Red is all about? You're in the Primogen. You must know something.
I'm in the same boat as the rest of you. Apparently, it was from one of Moore's retainers. That's all I know.
Who's that?
Jason Moore. Don't you remember him? He's the human who manages our interests when the sun comes up.
He handles our assets, errands with the banks.
What does he have to do with this?
I don't know. It now seems that Miss Hazel Iverson, the mighty Prince of Boston, is no longer on speaking terms with the Primogen. As if now were the ideal time.
She asked to see me. Do you know why?
My best guess is that she'd like to talk to you about Journey, of course. I always warned you that girl was trouble.
Yeah, sure. I've gotta go. Hazel must be upstairs. I'd better hurry.
What about Jara? I haven't seen her.
Councillor Drury is not here, nor is Dr. Dunham. Mr. Leto's teams are trying to reach them, but...
Nobody's answering?
No.
They've all got such long faces. Hey, Abby.
Hey, Mem.
Abby, do you know what's going on?
I'm sorry, but I can't.
Please? I feel like I've been plopped down in the middle of a minefield.
There are rumors about Journey. Rumors about how this is all her fault.
Did you know that Jay was in charge of the party?
Shit. I bet she's gonna take the fall for whatever happened.
I don't think she's involved, but we've got to be on our guard.
Okay. Talk to this man over here with his incredibly gorgeous blue tweed suit.
Ma'am, we haven't seen you here in ages now, have we?
It's not like I'm doing everything I can to stay the hell away from here.
Blunt and to the point, as usual. With a bit of luck, your suffering will be over soon. How's business these days?
Why? You want to invest?
Don't tempt me.
Nah.
I'm shocked to think you put so much as a penny into one of my clubs. They don't bring in enough for your taste, Beryl.
You're right. I'm not interested in them. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to be alone. I'm waiting for Caleb.
Okay. Alright, let's go to the elevator. Oh, we can run now. Good.
What a shitty night. Hazel must be pissed. What the hell could she want with me?
Kind of a cool visual.
Is everything okay, Mom? Penny for your thoughts?
Nothing, Pumpkin. What were you saying?
You saw pictures again? You're not going back to the Institute, are you?
No, don't fret.
I'm assuming
I'm gonna
this...
stay here with you now.
This is a Malkavian,
Richard
maybe.
takes you away.
He's my psychiatrist. He's helping me so I can be with you.
Mom has a little trouble sometimes, remember?
I see things that haven't happened yet. And I forget others.
Yes, I know. And you have to slumber so you can rest all alone sometimes. But
Wow,
3
this little
years
girl's
was
voice actress is
too long.
terrible.
But now we'll be together forever. We'll be inseparable.
Like 2 peas in a pod.
Yes, exactly.
Mom? What's going on? Why does everybody look so upset?
I think something serious is happening. I'm worried. I still haven't seen Richard. I looked for him so he could explain, but he can't be found.
So what do we do now?
I was told to wait here because Hazel wants to see us. There are grown-ups coming, and your mother needs to talk to them.
Oh, then I'll go hide, because grown-ups talk to me too much.
If you want, sweetie. But don't wander off. Go on. Show me what you do to make sure no one spots you.
Okay, here I go.
Yeah, it's...
Leisha. It's been a while.
Hey, MM.
Still
When
not
did
paying
you get
for a
out?
full haircut, I
Just
see.
tonight. Hazel wanted to see me.
That means she's extremely worried about the situation.
That or she's a major drama queen.
Do we cut her some slack, or do we tell her off? Let's tell her off.
I know that you knew her before, but she's the leader of Boston now. You owe her respect before everyone, and in every circumstance. She is your prince.
Are you lecturing me? First Siaka, now you. Why won't anybody give me a break tonight?
Maybe you asked for it.
Or maybe if you behaved in a manner more appropriate to the circumstances and our setting, then you'd better understand why everyone is so nervous.
Let's bite back.
Stop it right there, Bazori. Don't take that tone with me. I choose what lessons to take.
We must all remain calm and accept any help we can get, even from the most unusual sources.
That's surprising to hear, coming from a blue blood. At least your certainties come from a more solid source than a prophecy from a child of Malkov.
Oh yeah, here we go. Malkavian. Thought so.
All I'm saying is that whatever the problem is, your hallucinations aren't gonna help us solve it.
And yet, many of the things I saw ended up happening. Quentin King's disappearance, Hazel's rise to power, your breakup with Hilda too. But you're probably right. It's just Hazel and her flair for the dramatic.
Only time will tell.
Good evening, ladies, sir. The prince shall see you now.
Okay. Okay, MM Louise, rebellious star, the diva who lights up Boston's nights, but bringing light into a world of darkness can be perilous. MM knows this, but she doesn't care. Choose a profile. Investigator. A profile that focuses on knowledge and skills that allow you to go undercover. Jack of all trades. Profile that focuses on improving attributes and a large selection of skills. It allows for a maximum number of interactions, but with less mastery. Okay, so more options, but less chance of success. Veteran. Profile that focuses on dialogue skills and the physical attribute. It allows you to use the character's aura in conversations. Profile with no pre-attributed points. Let's go with 3. Okay, so she's a Toreador. At the start of a scene, previously earned experience points can be spent to improve the character's abilities. These abilities are divided into 2 areas, the character sheet and the discipline sheet. Each attribute affects a specific list of skills and disciplines. Attributes increase a chance of victory in a case of a tie. Improving them will also decrease the willpower cost of focus. Oh god, here we go. Oh, the use of knowledge skills do not have a willpower cost. They cannot be improved by using focus. Okay, she seems like she's kind of a socialite. She seems like her major skill would be her connections, because like she says, she runs a bunch of clubs, right? She's all about the nightlife. She's all about connections. Let's give her a social. Let's give her 2 social. Give her... She seems, again, pretty street smart, so give her some education. 10 experience, 10, 10, 10. Oh, these are expensive. Whoa. Identify and react to social conventions with ease. Again, she seems like a rebel. She does not like being talked down to. She does not like being treated as a lesser, so I don't think she's the sort of person who would adapt to a social convention willingly, so... Appeal to emotion. And another one to deduction. Dialogue ratings are equal. The winner is determined by percentage. Its attribute affects the psychology skill as well as the dominant discipline. Let's give her 1 into mental. God damn. One into security. Oh god. No. What have we got left? We've got 25 left. What do we got? All specs, presence, clarity. The discipline sheet contains the disciplines that the character possesses. Experience points invested in a discipline increases the level and can provide additional powers. Discipline powers can be passive and may be used in dialogue or in exploration. Okay. Okay, we've got nothing for that. Okay. Really, we can only really put a point into security, technology, or physical. Let's go into security. Sure, fine. One for technology as well. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's subtract 1 from social then. Wow, these are expensive. Okay, let's take one out of there. Let's do something. So, perception, charisma, or clarity. Okay, add into perception. There we go. That'll do.
Hazel. Delsin.
Come in, MM. I wanted to have a word with you.
What can I do for you?
I'm glad you're here. It's been a long time since we last saw each other. Tell me, where were you tonight?
Like everybody else, I suppose. At home, getting ready for the party.
How fortunate you weren't running early.
Why? What's happened?
You know what the Code Red means. There was a breach. This is intolerable. These agreements were supposed to celebrate the power of my court. Instead, I've been made to look a fool in the eyes of my allies. We'll have to increase our diplomatic efforts with the Warlocks. Send new emissaries to Osborne.
What's that got to do with me?
Don't you worry about that for now. We have more urgent matters to attend to. We bring Journey to me.
Why?
What do you want with her?
I have a few questions I need to ask her. If mistakes were made, I need to know what happened. I'm sure that your friend will have a lot to tell me.
She hasn't done anything. Hazel.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yes, my prince. I'll be right back.
I didn't bring you here just for that. I have something to offer you.
I'm listening.
It's about the Primogen Council. You know everyone who's in it. Beryl, Richard, Hilda. Their support was much appreciated after the disappearance of the previous prince.
Quentin King.
But now, they've become an obstacle. It's been going on for months. They systematically oppose everything that I do. It must stop now.
That's nothing new. That's rule number 1 of all the Primogen. The contrary would be worrisome.
That's what I thought too. But after tonight, well, I wonder. The Camarilla has faced many challenges in the past few years. Many of our strongholds have fallen. I won't let Boston suffer the same fate. But for that, I need loyal allies. Also,
how would you like a spot in the Primogen?
What?
You've always taken care of your community, MM, without ever asking for anything in return. It might be time you took a leading role in the community's affairs.
Hilda won't let you do it. She'll never see me as her equal. Being seated next to her child? She'll feel humiliated.
I'm her prince. She will obey me.
She's not gonna like it.
I don't care. What I'm offering is much bigger than all that. What do you think?
Let's think about it.
I don't know. I need to think about it.
Time is of the essence. You're a businesswoman, MM. I know you'll be up to it, but we'll talk about it again soon. In the meantime...
I know. Jay, I'm going to go see Sylvia first. I need to clear my head.
Do it. You won't be able to hunt tonight. It's better to be prepared. Bring me Journey.
I will.
I have the utmost confidence in you, MM. Do not fail me.
You can count on me. What the hell is going on?
Really awkward looking walk animation. Again, the animations just seem really unfinished.
I'm happy to see you in one piece.
Hey, Syl. I'd like some refreshment, please.
Of course, I'll get you a glass.
I was thinking more like a vessel.
Oh, serve yourself. But try not to damage them, okay? They're all I've got left in stock.
I get it, I'll be careful.
I'm right here if you need anything else.
Right, the hunt. Safe zone. A safe zone is a place where no one can see you feed. You can find them by exploring the surroundings. Only one prey may be sent to a safe zone at a time.
No news from anyone.
Do you think they're...
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. We're not the only ones freaking out. Look around. Exactly.
Follow me.
We've
Yes,
got to keep
ma'am.
our wits about us. Got it?
Yeah.
Do you want us to...
Okay. Is this a safe zone? Prey will naturally be revealed to you as you approach. To feed, you will need to find a safe zone you can lure your prey to. Go after isolated prey. If it is surrounded by potential witnesses, sending the prey to a safe zone will increase suspicion. Okay. But this is a fucking vampire safe house. It shouldn't matter if people see me feed here. They know what I am. Doesn't really make much sense. Alright, so let's find prey. This dude.
Maybe the Anarchs. Or the Harvard Warlocks.
Okay.
No.
This lady's sitting on the thing.
They wouldn't dare.
Yo.
Come on. It won't take long.
Yes.
I need to refill the tank. Vampires use their powers to charm or subdue their prey and satisfy their hunger. When feeding on prey, you can control the amount of blood you take. Press and hold the button to increase the amount of hunger. If you do not press the button, or if you don't release it before the bar is full, the prey will die, drained of its blood. Killing prey will increase suspicion, mortals will be on their guard, vampires will question your respect for the masquerade. It was like a timing mini game. You got to be real quick on the button. Some prey, their blood emotionally charged, have a resonance that your character will earn after feeding. At the end of a scene, a resonance provides experience bonus for the corresponding discipline. If more than one resonance is acquired during a given scene, only the last one acquired is saved. If your prey survives, you may feed on it a second time. However, this will cause it to die and increase suspicion.
All right, Jay. Where are you hiding? What a shitty night.
Do you think the Code Red will last much longer?
I hope not. The faster I get out of here, the better.
What? And Mem Lewis, the Black Rattler's Rose, is afraid of a handful of politicians?
God, no.
Fine. Let me know if I can do anything for you.
I'm supposed to find Jay. Do you know if she's done talking to April?
Huh. Good question. I saw her earlier, but she wasn't with Miss Bosley. She went into that alcove on your right, but that was a while ago.
Thanks.
You might want to avoid hanging around with her, you know? I've heard stuff about her.
I know, and it's not true. She didn't do anything, all right?
Fine. Sorry. Did you need anything else?
I heard the prince put together a surveillance unit.
Yeah, the cave. Mr. Leto and his team spend their nights there. It's just below us. But don't even think about going down there. It's only for sewer rats.
Miss Iverson has the top floor all to herself?
Yes, that's where she's got her office for hearings, as well as her personal quarters. Miss Bosley is the only one who has access to them.
Thanks for the vessel.
My pleasure. Come back anytime you want.
Okay. I guess we could get some more blood if we wanted to completely empty our hunger bar, but that'd be taking time.
I know that perfume. Jay.
Heightened senses. Auspex enhances your five senses. This condition reveals new interactions, detecting sense, listening to conversations from a distance, revealing the past of objects, or even experiencing premonitions. You can also discover items that have been hidden using supernatural powers.
Shit.
Wait. Okay, so
Where did you go, Jay?
we're following a scent trail. Oh. Hi there.
I'm sorry about before. I'm just a little edgy tonight.
I know. This isn't the first time we've gotten in a fight over nothing. Your child, Imani. She was there. Still no news?
No. Radio silence.
And Hazel refuses to talk to me.
I spent months kowtowing to those Hartford assholes for this agreement. If she has the info, now's not the time to hold it back.
These Hartford guys. How well do you know them?
Well enough. I won't let things end like that.
I'm looking for Journey. Have you seen her?
No, I'm sorry. I assume you've already tried her office?
You told me you knew the Hartford Warlocks well.
Yeah, some of them.
I was in touch with their representative, Deneb. He was supposed to replace me on the council.
You're leaving us?
Not really. It's part of the agreement with the Chantry. Deneb and I were supposed to switch places.
Why was Hazel doing business with them?
She had plans for the blood market in the region. We were meant to be in charge of supplying high-quality blood. They were supposed to take care of stabilizing it, or try at least.
That's nuts. Has anyone ever tried it before?
Never. That's why I'm worried. I don't give a shit about Hartford, but this project is really important.
I understand. Well, I'll leave you to it. I've got to find Jay.
If I see Journey, I'll tell her you're looking for her.
Can we ask him why he dresses like a 12-year-old boy from the 1950s?
Underwood and Fang. Vizori's ears must be burning.
Oh, hi.
Hey, Fang.
Good evening, Miss Lewis.
Call me a ma'am, please. Did you come with Caleb?
Yes, but he's so very busy.
You didn't happen to see Journey, did you?
I'm sorry. I don't know everyone's names yet.
Oh, great. You're a lot of help. Archives. She went into the archives. Ah, well, I've got no technology score, so... Oh well. Kind of like the aesthetic of this game, a lot of black and gold.
I smell gossip. Yes?
Kind of reminds me of the, what was the first
This can't be happening.
Adam Jensen
She was
Deus
standing
Ex game?
playing me for a sucker, pretending she just happened to be in the archives.
And what did you say to her?
I played dumb. I said, as you like, Miss Abigail.
They can't hurt me.
And I left.
What did she take?
A page from a file about an old party that she tore out.
But why would she need that? Why now?
I wonder.
Again, this requires technical know-how. I did not invest in that at all.
Is it Kala Saw? Jay always got along well with her sire. Lucky bitch.
Oh, she's got taste in grunge. I mean, is it grunge or punk she's into? Because, I mean, well, some of these are very grunge. Like this one and this one are punk, so... What was that? A club business card. Ooh. Unification Party. Boston Court. Hartford Company and Guests. Vessels for Consumption. Okay. She went into the archives. She came out of the archives. Went into this office. And then went into here. And then, oh my god, she's been everywhere.
Oh, you again. What do you want?
April, have you seen Jay anywhere?
You can't let her out of your sight for 2 seconds.
The prince sent me to get her.
I can't discuss that with you.
Not worth it.
Not that I think in a million years this is what happened, but what if Jay messed up somehow? What would happen to her?
Depends on the mistake. And how bad the consequences were. At best, the prince will be mad. At worst...
Destruction?
Yeah. There's a good chance of that.
You can tell me. My lips are sealed.
Not gonna tell us.
The only way I can make sure you don't talk is to keep my own lips sealed.
Fine. I won't insist. If you see her, tell her I'm looking for her.
Yeah, sure.
What attitude? It's a good thing I was careful earlier.
Alright, we're still following this scent trail. Where's that go?
Took the elevator to get here.
Oh, this is the person we came with, isn't it? She came this way. Went into that office. Came out of here. Went into there. Came out. Went into the archives. Came out. Walked around.
The trail ends there. Where could she have gone after that?
Maybe she's behind the curtain? Maybe? Came in here, fed on a person.
You want to...
Oh my god.
Can I help you?
I've got to talk to Jay. You haven't seen her, have you?
No, you should ask April.
Already did. Didn't get much out of her.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you.
I'll manage. Thanks. Do you still work for April?
Well, aren't you rude? My loyalty is with the court.
Seems like Bosley's leading you around by the nose, though.
She's got some extra responsibilities, sure, but that's it. I have my own agenda.
Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised. I've got stuff to do. See you later.
Talk to this guy again.
I didn't think I'd see you again so soon. Did you want something, perhaps?
You haven't seen Journey, have you?
She's not here. It would be a shame if you've showed up too late.
Let's try and intimidate him.
Watch it, Beryl.
Come on, I was just kidding. I was just pulling your leg. I don't know anything about it. Say hi to Hilda for me when you see her, will you?
What an asshole. We're good. I must be going.
Well, this is awkward. It clearly goes behind this curtain, but for some reason the game does not want me going behind the curtain.
They could forbid me from doing anything.
Okay. Can't get in there because I'm not good with tech and I need a card. Right, exhausted all
It's a
dialogue
shame
with
to
you.
see the court in such a state.
I've
There's
got
something in here I can pick up.
I'm not supposed to be here. That must be the card they used to open the archives.
Okay, just some more back information. Get the hell out of here.
Battery's dead.
Okay. We've got the key for the archives. What does that say? Please don't forget that if you have any issues with the archives, you need to contact Lazarus, not me. Whatever that means.
Everything's gonna be fine. Calm down.
Jay, what were you doing in the archives?
Look around. Last items borrowed. Art for Unification Party. Jared. Okay. Follow the smell.
A file about a party from a few years ago.
Winter Solstice will be celebrated at his home on the 21st of December for the entire night. At his behest, the celebration will be inspired by the masquerades in the European pagan calendar. Invitation message. Approved by our prince. Your esteemed Prince of Boston, Quentin King, does you the distinct honour of inviting you to the winter solstice celebration at his home. Inspired by pagan masquerades, please come accompanied, and above all, masked. You will be able to pledge your respects and allegiance to your revered prince throughout the longest night of the year. You are expected at 7:30 p.m. on 12th December 21st, 98. Please note, refusal is not an option. The safety of N+1s is not guaranteed.
Page 3 was torn out. There are traces of blue ink on page 2. The file. Page 3 was torn out. There are traces of blue ink on page 2.
Maybe we can use all specs.
The file about page 3 was torn out. There are traces of blue ink on page 2.
Okay, so now we've got a different scent trail. Oh, we're going back in here now. Getting off. Okay. What does this say?
This paper must be from the archives. It's pretty old.
Why'd he burn it?
This page was torn out. It seems like it's a match to the file from the archives. Abigail must have done it. But why?
Need your help. Meet me as soon as possible. In an alcove. Secret meetings afoot.
Abigail, we've got to talk.
I forget who Abigail is. I've already lost track of who's who. You're not Abigail. Secretary, Abigail, right.
I hope he's all right.
Talk to you again.
Hey, what now?
Oh, god damn it, I can't do it.
You seem busy. I'll leave you alone.
You catch on quick.
Okay. What's up here? We've reacquired the
Good evening, miss.
The scent.
Yes?
Oh, great. My shadow.
So, what exactly did Hazel want with you?
She's not gonna...
She asked me to go and fetch Journey.
Ah.
So, you think this is gonna get ugly too?
How is Hazel?
She asked a lot of questions. She was a little paranoid.
She's losing her grip. Be careful.
Why are you telling me this?
This is the first time you've ever been involved in a court intrigue. Up until this instant, I've handled things for you.
And that was fine by me.
If the prince is under pressure, choose your words carefully.
I hate the court. I've gotta go. I've got stuff to do.
Be careful.
Okay. What's this?
Nope. Can't go through there. It's locked.
Alright. Alright, we'll go in there in a sec. Let's look around a bit more. Bad at security.
The door is locked.
Choices marked with them indicate there is no going back. Before selecting one of these options, make sure you are done with the area you are exploring. Okay. I want to go find that other woman. What's her name again? Abigail. Okay.
Everything's gonna be fine. Calm down.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes?
Caius will hear about this.
Nope. Do you know anything?
Can I help you?
Aha!
I told you I was looking for Jay earlier. And?
And?
I found the note she left you. I wonder what April would say if I showed it to her.
You went through my stuff?
Is that all you're worried about?
No. It wasn't personal. Journey was in a panic. She asked me for the pass to get into Jara's apartment.
Did she say why?
Only that she was looking for evidence. I didn't really get it. Let's keep this between us, alright? April's got other fish to fry.
I'll see about that. I'm going to find her. Jara's apartment. That's on the Primogen floor. What was Jay looking for up there?
Let's, Okay, we've got one more.
We can't wait around like this forever.
Come on. It won't take long.
Going.
Probably going to need to use some more powers before the end, so we may as well top up again. Oh, through the sleeve? Oh no. Okay. Alright, we are completely topped up. So now there's like an extra thing. Nope. To Jara Dory's apartment on the first floor. Literally where we're going. Okay. Alright, here we go then. What an incredibly ugly person.
No fucking way. Shit.
So this is where you've been
Oh,
hiding.
Jesus, it's you. You scared the shit out of me. How did you find me?
You're really bad at covering your tracks.
Are you alone?
What the hell is going on?
Shit, Mem. It's a fucking nightmare. The code red is definitely because of the party. April told me Hazel was gunning for me. She thinks I'm responsible for this shit show.
So, you're hiding in Drury's room?
I'm looking for evidence. I saw that Jara had the file on the party. It's got all the contracts and stuff in it that will prove I did my job right. But I can't find them. It was my only shot to defend myself against her. I did everything right, ma'am. I was the one who rented the place. Same as always. Rooftop, away from prying eyes. I met with Richard to organize the vessels. I arranged for limos to be sent for the Hartford Chantry. I went through the same secure limo agency as usual. They're ours, so there's no risk. What the hell could have gone wrong?
I don't know. But there's no time to think about it. Hazel wants to see you.
And she asked you?
Ooh, okay. Take her to the prince. She should run. Let's take her to the prince. Oh, this is extremely high risk.
It's gonna be fine, Jay. I'm sure you can explain everything.
I'm scared, ma'am.
Don't worry about anything. I'm here.
I'll follow you.
Alright, so we're swapping characters now. Leisha, Unstable seer. From madness sometimes comes great clarity. A wise prince knows how to recognize this rare talent in their subjects and gives them the recognition that others deny them. Profile that focuses on dialogue skills. Okay, so it's basically the same thing as before. Let's do a custom job. Okay. Well, she's a Malkavian, so she's mental. in every word that, you know, in every way that matters. She seems like Okay. Specs. Obfuscate. Cannot be seen by others, but she can no longer interact with her environment. It is possible to read a document or examine an object, but they cannot be taken. Okay. 10 experience left. We can only really put it on deduction, so okay. I'm really going with like the
Leisha.
It's
good to see you.
Stereotypical strengths and weaknesses of each class here.
Be good, sweetie.
How was your reunion with Halsey?
Thank you, Hazel. Your gift was wonderful. You shouldn't have troubled.
You're welcome. We should never have kept you apart for this long.
Good evening, Delsin.
Good evening, Leisha.
How are you feeling?
I feel great. Better and better since I got my little sugar fangs back.
Wonderful.
I haven't seen Richard yet. Does he know I've been released from the Institute?
No, I'm the prince. It was my decision. He is your psychiatrist, but you don't need his permission for everything.
He wasn't at the party, was he?
I'm searching for everyone who's still missing. Don't worry about him.
Thank you.
Leisha, I know I can be frank with you. For 4 years, I have been working to heal the city's wounds. You've already helped me avoid traps in the past.
I don't remember.
That was a long time ago, you know? I can barely...
You've helped me to foil conspiracies, make the right decisions for the domain. You're not like the other children of Malkav. Quentin King knew that.
The Mad King. I remember, yeah.
I had you released from the Institute because your premonitions are the most detailed, the most accurate. I wanted them to help me understand the Chantry's hand more clearly before we signed our agreement with them. But this alert changes everything. I need to understand what's just happened. Did you sense anything, possibly about what happened tonight?
Why would we lie? I don't know why we would lie. There's no context for why we should do that.
I saw images, but they had nothing to do with this party. It didn't make any sense. It was a long, white hallway.
It's a little early for sure, but it's a good start.
I'm sorry, I can't be of more help.
Don't be sorry. There's something else you can do for me. Your discretion can still be of use to me. I need to be sure that none of the members of my council are going to take advantage of the situation.
You don't trust them?
You can never be too careful. You and Delson are the only two people I trust entirely. The members of the council have their council lodgings here. It gives them the impression that they have power, and it means I can keep an eye on them. I'm going to give you the key. Go and see if you find anything that could make me doubt their loyalty. Anything that might make me think there's something in the works.
All right.
Miss Drury burned the midnight oil to make sure this event was secret. I imagine there might be some evidence in the information she gathered. I need it.
All right, consider it done.
You've never disappointed me, Leisha. Please don't start today. Until then, I hope to have found more information. But above all, don't share what we've discussed with anyone. I don't need more gossip.
Can I take
God, that
Halsey
little
with
girl
me?
is so
Of
weird
course.
looking.
All right then. I'll be right back.
Damn it, I don't believe it.
Oh, is she there? Oh. Oh, okay. This is neat. This is neat. This is neat.
No fucking way. Shit.
So this is where you've been hiding.
Oh,
We're going to see these same events, but from a
you
different
scared
perspective.
the shit out of me. How did you find me?
You're really bad at covering your tracks.
Are you alone?
What the hell is going on?
Shit, Mem. It's a fucking nightmare.
I'm going to Richard's to see if he has my teddy.
Okay.
Come and find me when you're done.
I hope Journey hasn't come looking for the same thing as me.
Okay. Where are you? The time has come. Password arrival. Okay. Okay, there's a possibility that there is a security code that we can find.
Huh. A log with a list of everything that was checked for the party. Invoices, reservations, rentals. All from our network. Huh, it's Journey's. That's what she was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
This thing's old. Does she still use it?
Okay. Nothing massively important there. First aid kit. Okay. Would a first aid kit really work on a presumably a vampire? I'm not so sure. I thought the only real way they can heal is with blood, so... Maybe it's for keeping up appearances. Maybe it's for, you know... human followers. Oh, here we go. Jesus Christ. Okay. Ooh.
There are traces, but I can't break that illusion. It's much too strong.
Okay, so something was there, but we don't know what. Let's look around the apartment, see if we can find anything more interesting. It's looking... Anything new? Anything new?
This thing's old.
Okay.
Does she still use it?
Nope, 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 nope. Down around here. Is that thing? No, that's just a shiny old bit on the stand. Suspicious looking letter. I would have liked to give you this bond that you've been waiting for so long, but I can't bring myself to condemn you to my situation, but don't be afraid. I will never abandon you, Jara. Never. We are bound together forever. We are one. Since that first night, that first instant, nothing can ever keep us apart. I promise. K. Ooh, steamy. Very steamy. Okay, doesn't appear to be anything here, so... Alright, let's do it. Okay. There's again this mysterious K. Oh, Caius Leto. Okay. Not sure what that gives me. I don't think there's anything else here that I can look at. Okay.
nobody here. I'm going to be able to take a look around Dijon's.
You just happen to have the key? Oh, yeah, she gave you the key, didn't she? So, alright, this guy's all about jazz. This is the guy who dresses up like a 12-year-old from the 1950s. Okay.
The Salem Gazette.
Mm-hmm. Normally I would pore through the details a bit more, but that would be a bit boring. Considering that we're trying to record a video. Guardian Ravens. Oh, it's basically just a... Okay. Ingredients for various rituals. Who wants to bet that this guy came from New Orleans? Hey? You couldn't scream, I'm from New Orleans and I'm into jazz and voodoo. You couldn't... Like, this dude's got a fucking stuffed alligator.
Just like New Orleans. This
Yep.
is definitely Dijon's place.
Boy, you could not have... You could have put that up in bright neon letters and it wouldn't have been any more obvious.
He must have done a warlock ritual. A bird. Dead.
Okay.
Well, well. What have we here?
A concealed object. My dear sisters, I hope this letter will reach you quickly. Things are critical here. It appears that we have been the target of a major incident. A code red has been issued and we have not heard from those who had already gone to the party our prince had organised for the unification. This could be in our favour because it's possible that the Hartford Chantry is behind it. Although I have faithfully served my prince's interests while negotiating this treaty, these new suspicions could serve our interests in relation to a potential alliance between Boston and Salem. Rest assured that...
He didn't finish his letter. But that'll be enough for Hazel to make up her mind about him.
Okay.
Huh. It's from an animal. And it's still fresh.
Oof. Reflection tech is a little bit poor. It's a very, very low res mirror. Okay. Wait. Oh, we already looked at that. Anything on the desk? No, no, no. Alright, let's go. Okay. I thought we already found the intel, didn't we? We found it in that folder on the shelf. I think here we're supposed to look at. No. There's this mysterious box.
There are traces. But I can't break that illusion. It's much too strong.
So there is a hidden box here, but we can't reveal it. Ooh. Is that a thing? Okay, a series of information about people who are going to go to the party.
Hazel asked me to bring her.
Okay. Go back to Hazel or investigate other members.
Oh, shit. Locked from the other side.
That's a problem. So... main door is locked. We've got the key, we don't need to pick it. Be a waste of blood. Okay.
Hazel told me to keep a low profile here. This area is reserved for the prince and her primogen. Shit. Hilda's in her office. She's going to see me.
Okay, unseen passage allows you to move around without being seen. In this state, it's not possible to physically interact with the environment. You may, however, stealthily read a document or examine an object, but you can't physically interact with anything. This power will be activated automatically if you enter a location that is prohibited.
I shouldn't get too close. She might be able to sense me.
Easily investigate that. Barnhilda McAndrews. Oh, she's an artist. Can't. Maybe I can turn off my shit while she can't see me? No, can't. Again, another extremely low-res mirror.
Why did you come back? Why? Other than to show that you're doing just fine on your own. If you only knew everything I've done for you. Ma'am.
Hilda's more concerned with the men than she is with Hazel. I hope she'll be happy to hear that.
Okay, let's get the hell out of here. Can we read the covers on these books? Oh, we can. Look at that. Textures. My god. What does that say? Cook. Funny stories. World history. Oh, she's an artist and a history buff. Okay. Character building. Can I close the door? Or is that something she would notice? Oh, this is this business guy, isn't it? This is the guy who's all about money. Don't get too close to him, otherwise he'll sense me. As agreed, here is our payment. Thank you for your confidentiality. You are indirectly contributing to one of the greatest forensic discoveries of our time. If by any chance you still have bloodlines, bodies in good in good condition to offer us, please let us know. Sincerely. Sincerely, Karen Parsons. Okay. Maybe he's interested in not just money? Invite you to guest Grand Unification Party in the presence of representatives of... Okay, so he was invited, but he didn't go. Alright. Is that because he knew something, or just because he was late? Uh-huh. I feel like he would have noticed that. I feel like he would have noticed the door open by itself. I feel like that would have been mad suspicious. Wow, your TV is in terrible condition. It's all covered in scratches and blemishes.
The speculative news from... Oh, he's about as fun as his reading material.
Nothing here, nothing here. Nothing here, nothing here. Nothing really to spy on, really, is there? Again, mad suspicious. You don't just watch the door open itself multiple times. Thing I missed is the invitation. Oh hey. Oh no, I've already seen this. I've already seen this. Okay. Seen that, seen that, seen that. Alright. Richard Dunham.
Richard's apartment. He didn't change a thing, as usual.
Oh hey, it's our little sugar fangs.
No, he's not there. Where are you, Mr. Teddy?
God, for the love of Christ, do not, like, oh. That voice actress is really off-putting. Don't, oh Jesus Christ. It's very distracting every time she says something. Confidential report.
Mr. Teddy.
No, this one. Thank you. Nothing in there.
Nothing. Ugh. It's true that he always saves everything on old media.
He must be hiding somewhere else.
Nothing.
Okay.
Ugh. It's true that he always saves everything on old media.
Floppy disk. So we're looking for a floppy disk, I suspect.
How many hours have I spent sitting in this armchair for my therapy sessions?
Okay. What are we looking for? I think this is kind of neat. It's like a vampire detective story, and I find that it's neat, you know. What's in here? Look inside.
Oh, a floppy disk. That's all Richard knows how to use. Maybe I'll find a way to read it.
Yep. Where did the little girl go? Oh, she's over there.
So, did you find your teddy?
No, not yet. I'm not sure he's here. What about you? Did you finish your job for the prince?
Yes, I found something that might be of interest to Hazel.
Does that mean we're going back to see the prince then?
Not yet.
Not quite, Pumpkin. I want to take another look around. You wait for me here, but be good.
I will.
Okay. Look at this floppy disk.
Only Richard would still use that.
Where are you, Mr. Teddy?
Okay. Speed reading, speed reading, speed reading. Anything useful? Anything?
Somewhere else.
Possible for science. Okay, yeah, I'm done.
Richard must have had a breakthrough, if Hazel's interested in it.
No, okay.
Mr.
So,
Teddy.
again, it's not entirely clear that we have looked at the right thing or found the right thing.
Ugh, impossible. It's locked.
Dude is still there. Are people moving about? Are there any conversations we can listen to? Can we not hear them? Can I not? No.
Come on, Imani. Now's not the time for this.
Is that a conversation I can listen to? Or is it just... Nope. Wait, we came from there. Wrong door. Nothing else to find out about her. Unable to tick the box with him. Unable to tick the box with him, even though we've looked through his room a bunch. Nope.
How many hours have I spent sitting in this armchair for my therapy sessions?
I think we missed in the bathroom. Nothing. Okay, fine. For the sake of forward momentum, let's end this.
Are you almost done?
Yes, I found something that might be of interest to Hazel.
Does that mean we're going back to see the prince then?
Let's go, Sugarfangs.
Leisha. I'm all ears.
Everything went all right.
I knew I could count on you. Was Halsey a good girl?
Yes, as usual.
Good. Were you able to find anything interesting in Ms. Drury's apartments?
Yes. There was intel she had gathered on the guests, including those from the Hartford Chantry.
Anything about their regent, Deneb Osborne?
Yes, he seems to be obsessed with memory magic.
Interesting.
I gave everything to Delsin.
Thank you. I'll take a look at it later. Were you able to see or hear anything interesting?
I found Journey in Jara's office.
How did she get in there?
I don't know. But MM joined her.
It's like there's no security here. But do go on. I want to know everything. What did you see?
They talked, and MM told her that you wanted to see her. She told her she had to bring her back. Journey agreed. That's it.
Was there anything else?
Journey was going through Jara's desk. She was looking for a file. A record with proof of the precautions she'd taken in organizing this party.
Did she find any?
She didn't find it. But I did.
That's perfect. More than I expected. Give it to Delsin on your way out. I'll take care of it.
Hilda was in her room. She was acting strangely.
What do you mean?
She was whispering things, talking to a picture of MM.
Touching, but that's of no importance.
Okay, last thing.
At Dijon's, I found a letter addressed to the Salem Chantry.
Did he betray me for the Warlocks?
I don't know. It just said that he's participating in your project, but that he would have preferred an agreement with Salem.
Oh, I understand his recent allusions a little better now. I'm going to need to have a word with him. Go on.
That's it.
That's all I was able to find.
I knew I could count on you. Thank you, Leisha.
Richard still wasn't there. Were you able to find out anything else?
Yes, one of my servants just came back from his bar, the Red Salon. As that's where he does his research, I had hoped to find him there. But she confirmed that Dr. Dunham had gone to the party early with a few of his vessels. I'm sorry, Leisha.
No. If he had been destroyed, I would have felt it. I have to go find him.
You're the most discreet of all of us, it's true. But we have no idea what might have happened there. It could be dangerous.
I won't be alone. Halsey will be with me.
Of course. And one last thing. Dr. Dunham wasn't the only one there. There was also Miley, my child. Bring her back to me.
Yes, of course. We'll leave right away.
I wouldn't expect anything less of you. Thank you, Leisha.
Okay. So I'm assuming we're going with the third person, maybe? Okay, scene 1. Each scene ends with an overview of your accomplishments, failures, and what you could have done differently. For each success, your character earns experience points. Let's see. Success. You mastered your power inspired on the conversation between MM and Journey. You gave the prince the documents that would certainly clear Journey's name. You listened in to hear what was on Hilda McAndrew's mind. You found a letter from Dijon confirming his presence. You told the prince about what was in Dijon's letter. You could have let the premonition overtake you, but we didn't. You could have discovered Beryl Underwood's preoccupations, but I couldn't see anything. Maybe there was something that I missed, but that's for another playthrough, if that ever happens.
Come here. Thanks, You've brought me Journey. I knew I could count on you.
Jay is waiting in the antechamber. She's nervous. Tell Delsin to go easy on her.
We'll see about that.
Did you need me for anything else?
Not right now, but I will soon. I have one more favor to ask of you.
All right. I'll be waiting in the next room.
Okay, so her scene ends as well. Okay. Obeyed the prince. Journey followed you to the prince's. You spied on the conversation. You were able to retrace Journey's steps before she left thanks to her scent. Resonance bonus presence. Okay, you could have tried to convince Journey to flee, but we didn't bother with that. Okay. Okay, here we go. Third character. Galeb Bazary. Eternal Protector. Mortal kings had their lackeys, and the princes of Boston have Galeb. Mortal kings have their lackeys, the princes of Boston have Galeb. While rulers come and go, Galeb remains, and his presence tonight is not reassuring. Okay. This guy seems like a heavy. This guy who seems he does not rely on trickery and hacking. This seems like a guy who uses intimidation and physical presence. So, do that. He seems educated. Logical arguments appealing to their emotions. Go with that. Disciplines. 45. Oof. Okay. Accurate inferences. Okay. Social. Let's put let's put another one into physical and one into rhetoric. I'm not going to give him another discipline. You haven't put any points in your disciplines. Oh. You have to pick a discipline. You have to pick a discipline. Okay then. In that case, let's take one out of physical. Take one out of rhetoric. Sense the unseen. With this power, the vampire is able to detect the supernatural both in creatures around it and the traces they leave behind. Presence. Charisma, influence the emotions of those around you, dominate, command others to turn them into puppets. Okay. In that case... go with 1 and 1. Okay.
My prince. Delsin. Bazori. It seems that the Camarilla is in danger. I am at your disposal.
Your sense of duty is a credit to you, Caleb. You haven't lost your touch, I hope. The Code Red is linked to the Unification Party with the Chantry. No one there is answering anymore.
How many of us were there?
Probably a good 20, give or take. Dr. Dunham and our top spy, Jara Drory, were already there.
We might have lost 2 members of the Primogen. What about Hartford? Have you heard from them?
If those dogs had anything to do with what happened, I'll cut their throats myself.
Do you think they might be involved?
I don't know. It's too early to draw any conclusions.
Where do you want to start?
Can I count on you?
You have no reason to doubt me.
One by one, the Ancilai heed the beckoning and go east. You're the eldest in the city now. Don't do this to me. Not now. I would be very grateful to you. And Fang.
How may I be of service?
Go and see Caius. With Jara gone, he's in charge of security. He may have learned something.
You can count on me.
You have my absolute confidence, Caleb.
You say that to everyone. Sometimes I think you only say that in order to make people feel like at ease. Okay.
Mr. Underwood, I'm sorry, but my instructions are clear.
You little shit.
I'm just following orders.
You have no idea what's at stake. My most honored sire, you're wasting your time here.
I'd forgotten about your abject fawning.
I call it respect. It appears that it's something that sewer rats know nothing about. Apparently, Caius feels he's entitled to refuse to see a member of the Primogen. I won't forget it.
Okay, we can't challenge his rhetoric. And we don't have any points in psychology, so...
Sorry to hear it.
Tell me, you haven't introduced me to your charming protege yet.
Zhu Feng.
Yes, Zhu Feng. A name that's as delectable as her blood, I'm sure. Ah, you're planning to introduce her to the very select club of Caleb Bazori's progeny, aren't you?
God damn it.
I hope that the prince will allow me to, shortly.
I hope so for your sake. Who knows? Dear Hazel is so unpredictable. At any rate, it would be an honor for me to welcome and guide her.
You will speak of nothing with her at all.
Is that an order?
A word of advice.
Oh, pardon me. I fell out of the habit of receiving advice from you so long ago. Well, if you'll excuse me, I must end this ever-so-pleasant conversation. I need to find a way to avoid losing too much money.
That guy sucks. What's... traits? What was that again? Traits are positive or negative effects that influence the abilities of the characters in question. Traits are only revealed once they have been earned, as a result of an action, character's choice, or a consequence. Hunger or suspicion. Okay. By letting down his guard, Caleb has let his first child get to him, and this will be noticed. His authority is weakened. Okay. Should have put some points into something else, maybe.
Mr. Bazori, can I help you?
I need to see Caius.
He doesn't want anyone to bother him.
Prince's orders.
I see. He's holed up in the server room. You'll need a pass to get in. There's one on his desk.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I need quiet.
Why are they, I want to look at these masks. Why are they wearing these? Okay. Okay. It's around here. Education's not good enough.
Blood tests from the Red Salon. Caius' office. The key card must be in there.
Okay.
Mr. Leto isn't in his office.
Oh my god, you all look terrible. What is going on? Are you all... I'm assuming you're all like Nosferatu. That's why you're so hideous. I don't know the security code.
Security has been increased to the maximum. I've never seen anything like it.
Aha.
I've seen Caius use this type of card to access the servers.
Keycard. Alright, now we've got to find the server room. Interview room.
Nobody's allowed
Can I
to
help
go
you with
in
something?
or out. I don't like the sound of that.
I've got more important things to do.
Okay, that's the guy we're going to talk to.
I don't think I'm the person you need.
A list of ingredients and side effects.
Hang on, I'm just going to look through your shit before I talk to you. Hack. Technology, 2 of 2.
Crimson Oaks. I've never heard of them, but Caius is interested in them. He has a whole file on them.
Okay. Thought that would be useful somehow.
I imagine she sent you. Finally, some good news on this shitty night.
What's the situation?
Not good. Not good at all.
The prince needs more than that. I hope you've got it.
You want details?
Tell me what happened.
Everything was going as planned until 11:10 p.m. The prince's child, Miss Sellers, contacted me. The Hartford Warlocks had just arrived. That's the last time we heard from any of them. Less than 20 minutes later, we received the code red, just as we were leaving to join them.
Who sounded the alert?
A man named Wu. Ever heard of him? A retainer, one of Jason Moore's bodyguards.
Moore, the asset manager. What was he doing at the unification party?
He was supposed to answer technical questions about the financial viability of the agreement. Moore is good at hiding our kind trafficking. He's one of them, after all.
Okay.
And you're the one who received the Code Red, personally.
It arrived directly here. It's authentic. I verified it.
Okay.
Anything that could be of interest to the Prince?
I'm working on it. Jara Drury is the expert, not me. If only she was here.
I find it interesting that in this universe, like, Nosferatu appear to be like tech specialists.
Any movement with the Anarchs?
As usual, they're keeping their distance. You know it's always a pain in the ass to locate them.
Any word from Hartford?
Do you think it's them?
It would be ill-fated.
I knew we should never have trusted those damn warlocks.
Any sign of Jara?
Nothing at all. And that's not good. According to the protocol, she should have been there early. If they got hit, she would have been first in line. There's one thing we haven't considered. The Crimson Oaks.
They were behind the Quincy Market attack, weren't they?
I don't have any proof. We just caught a thin blood who wanted to trap the prince, and who told us about them. Apparently they're new in town, but Miss Drury thinks he's giving us the runaround.
Did you look into it?
I tried, but I didn't have the resources to discover anything else.
Leave no stone unturned.
Hello? You. It's about damn time. Shit. What? You're... Hello? Damn it! I lost them.
Who was it?
Whoa. Shit. Now it's just ringing.
What did he say?
The party was indeed attacked. Apparently it was a real bloodbath. He and James had just enough time to get more out. They're stopping by his place to pick up some sensitive documents.
And then what? Are they coming here?
I don't know. We got cut off.
Call him back. I'll inform Hazel.
Okay. So, 2 hours in, we finally figured out what happened at this fucking party.
This is a critical moment for us. I have summoned you here tonight to organize our reaction to an imminent threat.
What threat exactly? We've got no reason yet to
Cut
think—
her off again and I'll slit your throat.
Oh! Excuse me!
Careful, Hazel.
How dare you speak to me like that?
Enough! I command you to be silent and listen to me.
Oh, so that's how it is.
That's enough, Beryl.
Yes, it's come to this. You would do well to listen to your sire. We have just been attacked. This is not a time for childish displays of discontent. Caleb, the Code Red was sent by Wu. Go to Moore's and find out what's going on.
As you wish.
And bring Moore back to me. He was supposed to be at the party. I don't understand why he's the only one who was able to call us. I would like to speak to him very much.
Consider it done.
I trust you. He might be involved in this, so gather any documents you can find there that could tie us to him.
Very well.
Delson, see if you can get Caius to find us a new middleman in the cane business to manage our interests. I don't want to take any chances. Then, I want you to talk to everyone. Somebody must have seen or heard something. Dajan, make sure all our defenses are in place.
Yes, Hazel.
You will go to the old Jefferson Library.
What's there?
That's where the Hartford Chantry calls home here. I gave them the building so they could have a base in Boston.
I demand to take her place.
Request denied.
What game are you playing, Hazel? It's a suicide mission.
It's all right. I got this. I'm not made of sugar.
She's not ready for this kind of mission. I should go with her, at the very least.
No, you will remain here, and Mem goes alone.
Why don't you send Dajan instead?
Enough, Hilda. Dajan has work to do elsewhere, and I don't need to explain myself.
Hazel, if anything happens to her, I'll...
Nothing, Hilda. You'll do nothing. It's high time you learned to trust her.
Which one of us are you planning to send to the party?
She's already left.
What? Who?
I sent Leisha.
Are you serious? A few hours ago, she was snoozing behind locked doors in a psych ward.
You're playing a dangerous game, Hazel. Without us, you would never have come into power.
You've chosen the worst possible moment to turn your back on us.
On the contrary, I find this moment very appropriate. I am the Prince of Boston, and you are the Primogen. I owe you nothing. Delsin, escort them out. The session is adjourned. You all have your instructions.
Okay. That's the end of that. That was a very short scene for him. He probably got the shortest of all of the scenes. Could have learned why Beryl was there, but I didn't put points into the correct stats, so I couldn't find out. So, oh well. Oh, cool. And then we get to choose which scene we go to next. This is neat. I like this. I like this a lot. There's a little, like, tech-wise, it's a little rickety. The animations, in particular, are a little dodgy sometimes, a bit distracting. Not all of the voice acting is amazing. I am, of course, talking about the little girl. So let's click this, and then I'll save and quit, and then we'll consult the list. Oh, we get to spend points first, though. We have 80 points. What do we put them into? God, only 80 points, eh? Jesus. Velvet glove. What's this one? Okay. Give her another point in security. Let's give her a point in rhetoric. We've got 15 points to spend. Give her one to technology as well. Why not?
Unification, huh? Deneb's gonna take care of you. You're all gonna pay for what you've done.
Someone wearing a red jacket.
Nothing you'll remember.
Don't leave.
Is this a flashback? I think this might be a flashback. No, okay, she's a vampire.
Shit. What the hell is going on? Prison? What am I doing here? I have to get out of here.
Blink allows vampires to reach areas that are usually out of reach. Celerity allows the vampire to see the paths that can be taken using Blink. Blink generates hunger. Oh, she's very hungry. Alright, tell you what. We're going to put out the game and bring up the list. So, where does Vampire the Masquerade Swansong sit on the list? I will say that I am very much into what I've played. I like games with good, like, political like stuff, you know. It seems like a very complicated and interesting plot, which is something I like. I like well thought out stories, you know, with a lot of lore behind them. That really it's very much my shit. And almost all the Vampire the Masquerade games have those. One major flaw I would point out is, again, some of the presentation is a little bit weird. When everything's standing still, the game looks gorgeous. When people start speaking and people start moving and faces start expressing, it starts to fall apart a little bit. Like, okay, the animations are not quite up to snuff. Okay, let's use our go-to middle of the road game for everything, which is Blood Rain. Is Swansong a better or worse game than Blood Rain? I'm gonna say I very much enjoyed Swansong a lot more than I enjoyed playing the original Blood Rain, even though they are very different types of games. I think Swansong is a lot more... It's got a lot more style. The story is a hell of a lot more interesting. The characters are more interesting. I'm going to say it's a better game than Blood Rain. Is it a better game than the Kid Dracula games? Now again, these are as different of experiences as you could possibly compare, you know. It's like one's a very in-depth, like, story-based adventure game with RPG mechanics and stats and experience points, and the others are very, like, old school 8-bit platformers. They're extremely, like, different types of game. Like, these are typically not the kinds of games you could ever see yourself comparing in a normal circumstance. This is insane, right? I'm going to say the Kid Dracula games, I think mechanically they're very tight. They've got some good ideas and a lot of charm, but there's no story, there's no variety, there are barely any characters, and the characters that are there are not fleshed out at all. Like I said, they're very different kinds of games. You shouldn't really expect that kind of thing from an 8-bit platformer, so it feels a little bit unfair. Again, comparing these two games just doesn't make a lot of sense, right? It's like trying to put a round block through a triangular hole. It's not meant for this kind. They're not meant for this kind of comparison, you know. But for the sake of the list, we have to choose a winner. I'm going to say I am probably far more likely in the near future to go back to Swansong than I am to go back to the Kid Dracula games. So I'm going to say Swansong is a better vampire game than the Kid Dracula games. Is Swansong a better or worse game than Blood Omen? Actually, That's a difficult one. I think Blood Omen has an equally interesting story, perhaps even a little bit more interesting. As interested I am in a lot of the, you know, the minutiae and political maneuverings of the Vampire the Masquerade universe, it does get a little bit much at times. I found myself forgetting people's names, failing to remember, you know, putting names to faces. You are bombarded with so much information nearly constantly about everything that sometimes it can be very difficult to keep track of what's happening and who people are and what you should be caring about. And that can be a problem with, you know, games like that, especially in a very well established universe, you know. If this was somebody's first Vampire the Masquerade game, I could see them being completely overwhelmed by the amount of information that they're having to try and absorb in the first hour to hour and a half of this game, you know. And the game does try to help keep people, to help keep players informed with the use of, like, the codex, and you could see as subjects were talked about for the first time and characters were mentioned for the first time, you saw little things come up in the left corner of the screen saying, more information on this is over here if you want to read about it. And so yeah, it does try its best to help onboard people who might not have all, you know, a lot of the knowledge already stored. You know, I was able to make sense of a lot of what was being said because of my previous experience with the franchise, so it wasn't so bad for me. But I was still finding it a little tough going at spots, trying to remember people's names and where exactly they stand in events. Whereas Blood Omen Legacy of Kain it's a very interesting story. I would hesitate to call it a complicated story. The story is only really told to you at a very set pace, a very measured pace. You're very rarely, if ever, bombarded with too much information at once. That is a story that very much reveals itself to you at the rate you reveal it. So I think in that regard, Blood Omen handles its story perhaps a little bit better, especially for new players. This is very much again, this is what I was talking about last time, about you can't have oh, what's the word? I can't remember the word, but you can't really compare these games on a level playing field. They're different kinds of games made in different times for different platforms, for very different audiences, I might add. The sort of person who might play a Blood Omen Legacy of Kain is very different to the sort of person who might play through a Vampire the Masquerade story RPG. I think I liked... Boy, I'm going to say that Vampire the Masquerade Swansong is from what I've seen, I had a more enjoyable time closer to the end. I think the first hour of that game is incredibly slow, and it's very... It's glacially paced, but once you get past the first hour, it slowly starts to pick up speed, and you're introduced to more characters and more mechanics, and you start to get more of a sense of what's happening. So I think once you're past the first hour, things get a bit better. Because of that, and only because of that, my expectations for the rest of the game are quite high. Much higher than what I was thinking when we were still in the middle of that first hour, and we're thinking, Christ, is this going to be the you know, the words, they escape me. Momentum? Is this going to be the story momentum for the whole game? I hope not, but luckily it does seem to be speeding up, and so I'm going to say I am far more likely to play more Swansong in the near future than I am to play more Blood Omen. So for that, I'm going to say that Swansong is a better game than Blood Omen, a better vampire game than Blood Omen. It's certainly not a better action RPG, because it's not an action RPG, so I'm not even going to try and say that. I'm just saying, for my personal tastes and preferences, I think I enjoy Swansong more than Blood Omen. Okay, so is Swansong a better or worse game than Redemption? I think Swansong is trying to tell a more complicated and more nuanced story than Redemption is. I mean, like literally, you are playing from the perspective of 3 separate characters at once. So I think from that respect alone, it's definitely a more complicated and nuanced form of storytelling, whereas Redemption's very much I would not call it a simple story, but it's definitely a more simplistic story compared to Swansong, you know. Swansong sure as hell looks a lot better than Redemption, and I don't even know yet if there is combat in Swansong. There might not be any combat at all. It might be entirely story based, you know, dialogue trees and like timing based mini games and things like that. I don't know if there's actually any combat in the game. There might not be, which I would be perfectly fine with. Redemption's combat was very clunky, but it was a game of its time. It's, you know, a CRPG from the year 2000. It's kind of a game of its era. Oh boy, I would like to say that Swansong is a better game than Redemption. Again, I am far more likely to return to Swansong in the near future than I am to Redemption. I feel like Swansong does a lot more to try and expose its mechanics than Redemption does. Like, I found myself getting lost and confused in Redemption in a way that I wasn't really in Swansong. So, again, Swansong has that in its favour. Okay, Blood Rain 2. Is Swansong a better or worse game than Blood Rain 2? Blood Rain 2 is a pretty damn good third-person action game that is incredibly cheesy. Not cheesy. What's the term? It's very. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It knows what it is. It's a gore fest. With some very, very hammy dialogue, intentionally, I imagine. The controls are significantly improved over Blood Rain 1, but still kind of rough in spots. The story is better than it is in Blood Rain 1, but still, I would say its Swansong story is still more interesting, at least from the couple of hours that I've played. Swansong has shown no combat so far that I know of, whereas Blood Rain is nothing but combat, and not all the combat is great. Like I said, some of the controls feel a little bit, while they are improved, some of the controls still feel a little bit clunky and unoptimized. The mini bosses and boss fights feel, like I said before, they kind of feel like damage races where you're just activating a power up and hammering them as much as possible, then retreating and reactivating the power up and retreating, and it's just kind of inelegant and a little bit mashy in the worst way possible. I'm going to say that I think Swansong is a better game than Blood Rain 2. For me, personally. Again, people watching this might have different opinions. Now, here's the big one. Does Swansong beat Bloodlines? Bloodlines is is traditionally the standout game from the Vampire the Masquerade franchise, right? If you point to what is a great game from Vampire the Masquerade, 9 times out of 10 people point to Bloodlines. It's kind of incredible, despite how fucking broken it is at times. Which only speaks to how good its strengths are, and its characters are, and its storytelling is. That so many people are willing to put up with so much bullshit because of that. Boy, and I think mechanically, Vampire the Masquerade's got a lot more going on. It's RPG systems and speech check systems in particular are a lot simpler than they are in Swansong. Like, that seems to be Swansong's entire thing, is like a very complicated, very well thought out, meticulously crafted system of speech checks, and a little bit of hacking here and there. But yeah, majority of that game's skills seem to be tied primarily to speech checks and manipulating people or being manipulated, or whereas Bloodlines' approach is a little more simplified. It's, do you have points? Yes, no. If you have points, it works. Bloodlines, though, has a lot more like going on in terms of pure gameplay. Like, there's a lot of combat going on. It's a first-person shooter at times. It can be a third-person action game if you rely more on stealth or magic. Or the world feels a lot more open, whereas Swansong feels like it's a series of closed off areas, but like specific, closed off areas that aren't connected to each other, whereas Bloodlines feels more like a single contiguous world. I mean, yes, there are closed off areas in Bloodlines, but it has a great job at creating the illusion of an open world, And while I do like some of the characters in Swansong, none of them come close to the best characters in Bloodlines. And also I feel like the dialogue in Bloodlines feels like it's been written for normal people as well. Like, you could, like, Bloodlines is how I got into Vampire the Masquerade. I'm sure it's how a lot of people at the time first heard of and got into the Vampire the Masquerade universe, through Bloodlines. So I always thought, that's a very strange name for a game. Why would they call it that? Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. And that's when I learned, like, oh, is this whole pre-existing universe that's tied to like a tabletop RPG, and kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, but modern day and with vampires almost exclusively. There are werewolves too, but less important. So I'm just going to say, just because of the sheer variety of gameplay options and the things that you can do and the characters and the story, the perfect combination of just enough of everything, and yet despite having a shit ton of bugs and issues and scripting issues and things like that, people are still willing to put up with it. I'm going to say that Bloodlines is a better game than Swansong. So I'm going to say Swansong. For me, Swansong is our new number 4. So, whoops, caps lock's on. Are 2 separate words or 1 word? Hang on. It's 1 word. Cool. Swansong. So as far as I know, Swansong is PC only. There might be a console port. I don't know. I haven't checked. Let's see, 2022. It's this year. This is the newest game we have looked at. So yeah, congratulations to Vampire the Masquerade Swansong for being our new number 4. Cool. I'm saving. There we go, it's locked in stone. Anyway, once again, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is TheRealBlueDragon. Goodbye.